right. First of all, a lot of credit to Greensboro, and got a lot of respect for them. And I've known Mike Jones for a while, and you know, the competitiveness that they played with down the stretch, down I guess 13 with 8 minutes to go, they continue to fight, and they scrambled the game and increased their pressure a little bit, and thought it got us on our heels. And at the end of the day, I'll have to watch it, but I still think we had two balls in the air that were misses in the last minute of the game. That had we secured possession, I think we'd come out on top. And we gave both rebounds up, and I guess we fouled on both of them. Walked them to the line, they hit all 4 free throws, and still had the ball at the end of regulation. Didn't get a great look, and that's on me. I gotta get our guys in a better position, get a better look there, but get the ball to Mike, let him go to his left hand, and just weren't able to get enough separation there. Give them credit for getting that stop, but heck of a game, heck of an environment, and I thought our team did a lot of good things. I'm proud of their effort. I'm proud of the way they came out of halftime, the adjustments they made, and the way they played for those 13 minutes. And but it wasn't enough. And when you get in these big games, we know, right? You gotta close them out. And we've been on both sides of it, but today, we weren't able to make the plays. Missed some layups. Fouled too much. I mean, the story of the game, the fouls. I mean, they shot 41 free throws. You're probably not going to win many games letting them shoot 41 free throws, and we got to get better there.
Coach, could you imagine scoring 77 against this team in regulation and not winning? I mean, given that the history of these two teams and the dogfights they've had the last couple of years, I mean, you did so many good things on offense, but then it seemed like we're there at the very end of the first half, and then obviously at the end of the second half. Was it a situation too where just the foul situation made you maybe kind of try to get out of your offense a little bit more, to run a little bit more clock a little bit too earlier than you would have if you didn't have all those fouls?
They started scrambling, so they picked up full, and sometimes it was the 1-2-2, sometimes it was full court, kind of run a jump type deal. They started running at guys, doubling. There's a couple times they didn't that we were able to get in our flow. But a lot of times they were running two at the ball, and they were kind of forcing the game to be a little bit more scramble. And, in those situations, you got to space, you got to play on 2 feet, you got to get the ball moving. It's not going to be quite as scripted as court as you would like. I thought we just over-dribbled. I thought we were bouncing the ball way too much, and that's just not where we're at our best. But when they're pressuring, denying, like you got to cut to get open, you got to get the ball side to side. When we got the ball side to side tonight, which for the majority of the game, I thought we did a pretty good job. We got good looks. The ball was moving, and then it wasn't. I'm not a big believer in airing the game. Taking the air out of the ball. You got to get good ones, and I thought we just ended up settling for a lot of late clock dribble shots, and it wasn't that we were trying to do that. It just they started switching some stuff. So then we're trying to see if we got an advantage. You just got to trust it, right? You got to move the ball, and you got to deal with the pressure. I didn't think we cut enough there late, and then we had a couple shots at the rim that obviously didn't go, and so we got to be better in those situations.
The turnovers today to assist, you only had 9 assists, but in regulation you had 77 points, which is pretty remarkable. The other thing is it's not the turnover number that's that high; it's the points off turnovers, which they made you pay for. Just talk about, is Greensboro a team that sort of capitalizes more on those miscues in a game like this?
Well, I mean, I felt like our turnovers were loud, and some live ball turnovers that put them in transition, and they're fast. I mean, that's last year at the Well. That was a big reason they won the game there. It was just they got us in transition, and we talked about that, and making sure that we did a good job taking care of the ball and handling their pressure. And I mean, we had, I can't remember exactly how many turnovers at half we had. I know Slaw got sped up a little bit in the first half. We had some skips that we were probably a little bit too over-aggressive on, but at the end of the day, they had a couple of leak outs, again, transition, where they're throwing over the top, they're getting easies, and, that was a big part of the game plan, was to try to get the game into the half court. And, I mean, Langley's a good player. I mean, they're good, okay? Like 6 or 8 of their guys are seniors. Those guys are old, and they got vets, and they're good. And, you come down, and they're in transition, they're dribbling at you, and they just pull up and make a three. Like, that's a hard shot, you know. Well, they did it 3 times tonight. You know, he did it, right? I mean, he just dribbled down and just shot it. And, you know, they've got some size, but they're a tough cover. And, you know, 11 hit some big shots. You know, he hit the threes there in the first half. But you know what? Our guys competed. I mean, they did. I don't question how hard they played. I don't question their effort. I mean, we got our point guard getting cramps. You know, we got guys fouling out. You know, we got to watch that. We got to get better on it. We just got to be smarter, right? And the fouling is something that's been an issue. You know, we've been a little bit better at it lately. But this team tests you off the bounce. They test you at the rim. Like, they're trying to get the ball to the box every single play. And you got to get your hands out, you know. And we got to watch them on film. Obviously, there was a big foul discrepancy. You know, like, that's out of our control. We got to look at the plays, and we got to figure out how we can get better from those. But, you know, I think tonight it wasn't all bad, you know, and I'm not going to look at it like that. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not going to look at it like that. You don't get up 13 in a game of that magnitude if you're playing poorly. But we fouled too much, right? And we walked into the line. And when they got in the double bonus, any foul, you know, the clock is stopping. And they were able to just really expand the game. And we got to get better at it. I mean, that's just the facts. Like, we've been talking about it. But, like, we got to do it. And, you know, we can't be playing a game with 3 guys fouled out. Never seen that in league play. But it happened tonight.
I know that relaxed and comfortable are 2 double-edged swords because you want to play hard and everything. But from about the first 5 minutes of the game to about the last 5 minutes of regulation, regardless of the score, it seemed like to me, offensively, everyone looked so comfortable. They were taking shots they made them, and I almost felt like I knew they were going in. Now, the tension of a close game can upset that. But it struck me as it seems like that's what happened.
It's a double-edged sword late when you're playing teams like that because, you know, you can control the game, which is more my personality, and you call things. But when they start pressing and they start scrambling around, like, they're trying to keep you out of that, right? And so then you've got to play out of concept, which typically we're pretty good at. You know, I mean, that's how we play a lot. And, heck, a lot of the buckets you're referring to were just out of concept. You know, just cut, let the ball talk, play off a concept, if this, then that. And, you know, I just felt like we kind of tightened up. And, you know, I got to continue to help them. I don't think this is new. Like, we've had some just emotional valleys with this group that's been bigger than in past years. You know, I mean, you think of Western Carolina, you know, it's 57-57, and then the Valley, and then App State, we're up 15 or 16, and then all of a sudden we're down. Stephen F. Austin, we're up 20-something, and we're down. We gotta be better there. You know, like, we gotta embrace that moment, right? You gotta know that, like, in the big games you're playing a really good team, and they're gonna make runs, and this game is a game of runs. And part of being a really good team is you have to absorb those runs, and you have to do the things necessary to stop them. And the biggest thing to stop them is you just can't aid it, right? Like, you can't give them the ball. You can't take bad shots. You can't foul. You can't get beat behind in transition. You can't, you know what I mean? Like, those mistakes, how do you stop those runs? Like, you do what you have to do to play really good fundamental basketball. And I thought we just kind of lost sight of that. And I got to continue to try to help our guys be better there.
Coach, I don't want to ask about the call itself, but I want to ask about the impact. Maybe people don't realize when you get a technical on a guy that just got called for a foul, and he goes from 2 fouls, 4 fouls, 13 minutes left, and how that impacts your the way you go about business the rest of the way, does it not?
Yes, Scott. I mean, I haven't seen much like that today. I mean, that's all I'm gonna say. You know, yeah. I mean, I don't know what to tell you without getting in trouble. You know what I mean? I mean, it's just one of those situations where you were there, you saw it, you saw what I saw.
That impacts your rotation and everything, right? When you have a guy with 4 fouls.
Yeah, he played 19 minutes.
Two to four in one play. I mean, it makes it really difficult.
He played 19 minutes.
Right.
It's a crushing setback to
He was
overcome
+5.
in a matter of a couple seconds.
Yeah, I haven't seen it. I know what our players told me. I mean, I got to watch it, but at the end of the day, a major amazingly enough, with all that, okay, with all that, we have 2 balls go in the air in the last minute with the lead, and we got neither of them. And you hate that because it all impacts it, you know what I mean? But we've got to get those balls. I mean, that's just it. That's at the end of the day, you got to get that rebound. Not just get one of them, but you can't give up 2. And like for me, was it frustrating? Yes, it was frustrating. You know, I mean, they were in the bonus quickly both halves, but like that part, like you don't always control a lot of that. But when that ball goes in the air and you've got to get a rebound to close the game out, you do control that. And unfortunately, you know, we didn't, and so we got to get better from it.
When the game went to overtime, their body language was a lot different. You could see sort of the mature guys on their team, and as you mentioned, they're very mature and old. But it almost gave them like a second wind of energy. Whereas if you looked at our guys, which I kind of did, they looked spent, like just.
Yeah, we had nothing left. I mean, we got 3 guys on the bench.
Right.
You know, like we got 3 guys that are out of the game. Like we got a guy cramping.
That's
like,
right.
of course. You know, like I wish we were robots, but we're not.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, we had no subs. And so we got to look at it. We got to look at the clips, and we got to figure out why we're getting called for so many of these fouls, and we got to fix it. And, you know, I mean, it was with the foul situation and our starting point guard cramping, it was, and look, we still had a chance. I mean, we hit the free throw. We missed the second one. We get a stop. We get an open 3 to go forward. We miss it. They get back-to-back possessions right there where they get buckets. But, like, I don't think our guys came out and just folded right away in halftime, you know, in overtime. You know, we got the first score. I wish we'd have made both free throws there. We got the first stop, and then we got a wide open shot from the top of the key that we just missed. And you know, they go down and make the transition 3. They make a couple plays, and then again, we had another good look in the corner, wide open. I think we were down 4 or 5 at that point. But look, I heard for our team, I heard for our program. We had an opportunity to close a big game out, and we should have. But I'm not upset with these guys. I mean, I'm proud of how they fought. I'm proud of the fact that, like, for the most part, the game plan, how they executed offensively. I mean, there were some beautiful possessions, offensively and defensively. And I got to help them. I got to help us be more disciplined. I got to help us be able to rebound the ball in critical times better. I got to help them be cleaner offensively. We got a brand new point guard out there that's just, I mean, he just competed his absolute tail off tonight. And, you know, it's new. These are new situations for him. And, you know, I get all the noise. It is what it is. It's what we signed up for. But this is a long way from over. And you're not going to count us out. Okay, I can assure you that. Like, we're going to fight, and we're going to respond, and we're going to get better. And I'm gonna make sure I do everything I can to help our guys and to learn from this, just like we have. And, you know, it's not always a deal where, you know, you're not going to win them all. You want to win them all. You're not going to win them all. Can we keep growing, right? Can we keep getting better? Can we learn how to play without fouling? Can we learn how to get critical rebounds, right? Can we learn how to play with confidence with a lead and not get emotionally distressed to a point where we have multiple possessions in a row that are empty, and then they're getting fueled by scoring easy baskets on the other end? And you know what? It's not as far off as it might feel right now. You know, like we get better in a couple certain areas there, and we're able to finish that game out. But tonight we didn't. That's the bottom line. And we got to get better from this. But this isn't like, I heard for our guys, but I'm not discouraged. They'll wake up tomorrow. They'll come in here ready to get better, just like they did 2 weeks ago, and we'll get better. And we'll keep pushing this thing forward. And, you know, the reality of this level is you got to go have a good 3 days in Nashville, and the best team in those 3 days is going to win this thing. And we still, right, like Alex Williams is a sophomore, Tyrese Huey's a sophomore, right, JP Pegues is a sophomore, okay, like those guys are playing a lot, okay, and we're having to get those guys. Ben Vanderwaal's a freshman, right? They're 6'8" seniors. That's great, right? That's maturity, and that helps them. But you know what? There's no other team I'd rather coach than this one, and I believe in them. I think they can be special. We got to control the things we can control, and tonight, give Greensboro credit, right? Give them credit. They absolutely stayed in the fight and made some huge plays late. But we'll look at this, and I'm fully confident our team will get better from this.
I know this stings right now, but from a basketball fan's perspective, this series has become phenomenal. And it seems like Coach Jones
been wars. I mean, every single one of these games has been wars, and you know, they're up there. It's weird. I was thinking about it earlier. For whatever reason, the series been the away team has had a lot of success, which is interesting. You know, we've won up there, and they've won here, and you know, when you look at the series on the last 5 or 6 years, and so, you know, it's they've got a great program. I mean, Wes obviously built it and got it going, and Mike's done a great job taking it over, and they're fighters. You know, they come at you, and they're old. I mean, and they're big, and they're physical. But like I said, I thought for a lot of the game we matched it. You know, I mean, we didn't have a great start. You know, I think we were down 19-10. You know, and our kids fought back. You know, our kids fought back. We took the lead. Marcus hits a 3, I think, to put us up 5. Didn't have a clean into the first half there. I tried to go 2 for 1, turned it into a disaster. And you know, but like we came out of halftime ready to go. You know, like we made a big push there, and then continued to play well. And you know, just an unfortunate finish. So this one hurts. It stings. Heck of a game. Heck of a college basketball environment in there. But I'd rather make sure we keep getting better and make sure things don't like this happen late in the year, and we continue to fix them now.
It certainly was an